whether you believe it or not, and I'm making a point here, guys, would you take the fucking money?
Hang on a sec. That's the point here.
That's I'm just saying. No.
Ask him.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Ask him if he believes it or not.
Okay.
Which one is it?
So you would turn down
if he doesn't believe in it.
If you don't believe in it. Okay, so say, you know what? We're on the Weedy track. We might as well say
in a fucking heartbeat, I would say no.
Okay, so Weedy came up to you.
And I have said no.
Okay, Weedy comes up to you and says,
I say
Carlito
no.
Or Manny,
no. No.
Just no?
No.
No figure?
Not interested.
Lamborghini?
Not interested.
Millions of dollars?
Not fucking interested.
Okay.
You know why? This is what Renoactors are pissed off about.
Right.
This is what one in particular is extremely pissed off about.
Yes.
They've lost the fucking respect of the fucking industry.
That's right.
Contractors do not respect them anymore.
Right.
They respect us.
That's what I'm... Okay, that's what I'm leading to.
They may have the paychecks, but they don't have the respect. Yeah. I'd rather have the respect instead of the fucking paycheck, so I will fucking say no to the fucking paycheck if it's a fucking product I can't fucking stand.
Go fuck yourself, Manny.
Amen to that. Holy shit. There you guys go. I've done my job.
Na 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 na.
The construction life.
Na 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 na.
Renoactors.
La 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 la.
We are back for part 2 of Renoactors. Mikey and Carlito going ballistic on this one right now.
I almost feel like we're saying na 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 na.
To the right of me, I've got Mikey.
Woo! And
to the right of me, I've got Carlito.
And to the right of me, we've got the beautiful,
here comes the hot gangsta
Manny from
the lyrical
Construction. Everyone, give us a clap here.
Whoa! What an intro! What an intro! They get bigger and better as they go. We are back to continue talking about Renoactors and how passionate we got last week.
I thought we were here for high heels.
That's next week's episode.
Rubber boots and high heels.
No. We have to continue the conversation that we had about Renoactors in this industry, and here we get into it again.
This is exactly what it's about. Mm-hmm. Okay, so just to kind of clear it up, we get these topics. We focus on the topics. No. I want people to understand why we're focusing on this. We've chosen this because we've had so many discussions about this, and people want us to talk about it.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you guys. So I'm trying to be the devil's advocate.
Now, when I go into a house,
well, hang on one sec. You never answered the question.
Oh yeah, that's right. So,
well, Mike, you don't. Okay, you both know how I feel. I've been approached and I've been asked to do many things and make money.
And
honestly, if anyone, whoever knows me,
it's not
knows
you.
I've never been about the money.
It's
yes, in
you.
my fantasy land, I am the stupidest idiot in the world.
No.
But
it's
I'm too passionate.
Okay, let me.
How many times have you tried to get me to use something I won't believe in if it doesn't?
Exactly.
It doesn't work.
But in this case, it may work just as well. I'm saying you just haven't educated yourself on this product.
I'm open-minded. I've tried Weedy.
Right.
Nothing against it.
Weedy, weed.
Weedy.
Both.
Shit.
No, I've tried things, and what I feel comfortable with, no one has moved me yet from what I am using for waterproofing.
Fair enough.
I've tried 3 or 4 different things. We have tried things. We have even tried to budget products into our budgets, and we've realized that's not the kind of people we want to work with.
But you've also seen Schluter grow as a company. They're right now innovating shit that's going to blow our mind next year.
I get nothing and never have from Schluter. The only thing I got from Schluter was customer service and my questions answered.
That's it.
Yeah.
Another thing
all
is
you need.
They gave me a product, and I've been using Schluter for 20 years plus. Okay, I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah,
20 years plus. Okay, I've not had one failure because I never reinvented it. I followed the rules, and
None
they
of-
got me to
none
where
of
I'm
my
at.
renos
And
have
if you
failed.
want me to use something, I will try it. Dude, how many things have been given to me and you said, hey, what did you think about that? I'm like, it's garbage. Get it the fuck out of here.
Yeah, many
And
times it's
And I
happened,
said,
yeah.
give it to someone else, but tell them it's garbage.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I get it.
When-
Guys, I'm bringing up.
When do we even on Instagram put something that we don't believe in?
No, never, dude. It's like the point I'm
One
making.
thing I promised my soul and myself is I'll never be a seller.
Listen, man, I'm just saying
business and life is different for all of us.
Renoactors, they are a face, they are an influence, you know what I mean? And for them, I guess the money is what it is.
So right now, I want people to understand is we're not picking on Renoactors.
No.
What we're doing is we're focusing on what people want to talk about, and let's get to the nitty gritty. You're starting to get really passionate. This really bothers.
We're picking on how they portray the industry. That's
Yeah.
what I'm picking on.
Now, for me, I am so proud, and you guys know how proud I am. And you know what, Manny? Thank you for, sometimes just shutting up for me and saying, I'm not going to say anything because I like them.
Well, I've got a question that I want to pose at you, but I don't know if you'll answer it, and you don't have to answer it.
Okay.
Would you go on any of the shows today and do what you did 15 years ago, start, because you went on that show to learn, to educate yourself?
It got me where I am now.
Yes. But would you do it again today if you were the younger Carlito?
All over again.
You would still go on. The way the shows are made right now.
Not the way the shows.
No, today.
In my eyes.
Today.
But I don't know what's going on. But I do have an idea what's going on. I don't like today's television. That's just me, though.
So you wouldn't go on the show today?
I would go today on the show if it was the same show.
No. Today's show. The way the shows are made today.
No.
I think we all have agreed.
No, because I'm not an actor, and I can't sell something I don't believe in. I don't want to be part of that. It's hard enough for me already.
And I'm the exact same way.
Now, what you guys don't get that I get is I go to a bar and I almost get into a fight because someone will find out that I'm from a show, and they'll say, "Oh, well, he does this and he says that," and I say, "Have you guys given him a chance? Did you guys realize maybe the network was saying that, or the network was making them look or portray that way?" Maybe you don't really know the real person or the real message.
I will agree with you 100% that
here's
they
a
do
great
change
company. The inspiration's there, the education's there, the direction's there, the message is there. It just doesn't get said because certain people don't have control over what the network has control of. And saying that, I had to educate. Like, you wouldn't believe how many days of my life I have wasted on people taking them from like extreme violent people ready to like want to fight me to explaining to them what the network does, how television is, the real message, what we do, what we don't. Nobody really wants to talk about how many people we brought home, gave them back their life, saved their relationships, got their kids healthy again. Like, there's a lot of great messages, but no one ever really wants to ponder on that. But you are right. Television has changed.
That's what it was like.
Listen,
and I respected what it was like.
I love this topic because I don't want to talk about where I came from because I believe in everything I did.
Yeah.
And I loved
And you
everything I
should.
did.
And you
I
should.
believe that it not only changed me for the better, it changed everyone around me. And to this day, I am still doing things that I did from that show in real construction. I still believe in it, and I'm still doing it.
So why aren't they making the same show? Why aren't they making a better show?
I think that
because you think it's the broadcasters.
No, I think that it's the. Well, I know it's the broadcasters. They do marketing. I don't know for sure, but like I don't sit in the offices with them. I never have. I've always been behind the scenes. I've always been on the tools. Sometimes I was able to enjoy certain things and be part of things. It was never about me. Where I worked, I never made it about me. It was about the people that it was about. And I think when you make it about you, you'll fail. I was there for the right reasons. I loved the message. I loved the teamwork. I loved everything we were doing.
So why don't they make it about the industry?
We are making it about it. We're talking about the industry right now.
No, hang on. We're not on a TV show. Why don't they make it about the industry?
I can't answer.
Why don't they give it back to the industry? Why don't they portray the industry in a positive way? Why don't they highlight contractors and what they're doing? Why do they have to hide the crew that does the actual work? Why do they have to take the credit of the crew that actually does the work? Why do they do all that shit? Why the fuck do I have to watch another scene of a stupid Renoactor having some stupid banter with their stupid fucking wife? Why?
You know what I've done for myself, because I know that I have tried to entertain myself with their entertainment. I just don't watch their stuff.
I don't watch it.
And
I got tired of it.
But what that's done for me is some of the people with the wrong messages and the wrong people in the wrong positions have ruined television for me, and now I don't enjoy it anymore. So it's hard for me to turn on the TV when I get the chance to enjoy something.
It's like this podcast, man. Aren't you guys like you're 100% correct about this is therapeutic. When we all first met and we started talking about the industry, we were passionate about it.
Yep.
We were talking about it from our own experiences. You've got 30, you've got 20, I just realized 30, 20, 10. Basically.
Well, not 20. I mean, I meant
well,
like
no,
16.
I'm rounding it off just for the convenience of
Yeah.
the expose here. But the thing is, like, so we've got a really nice cross section of the industry. So that's why I think we get along so well when we discuss the industry. But all three of us come from three different backgrounds, but we still have the same objective. We want to give back to the industry.
Yeah.
We want to build the industry.
Well, I'm in the industry.
We want to inspire it.
You know what? Believe it or not, if it has to start somewhere.
So why can't those fuckers do it then?
Listen, sometimes you get lost in
Paychecks.
Sure. Listen, I won't lie. I want to make money. I didn't get in this
Yeah,
business.
of course.
I didn't get into this business not to make some money. Have I figured out that kind of math yet? No, I haven't. Because I've been working with my heart more than I have with my head, even though I use my head very well. But the truth is that television is entertainment. If I'm going to watch TV,
Well,
I'm going
then
to
they
watch a
should
movie.
go fucking renovate the Kardashians'
But
house.
what you know what? How about I talk about
a good
how
point,
about
man.
this, Manny? How about I tell you what I'd really like to see change?
Go ahead.
I'd really like to see no actors in our industry and have real contractors.
I would love that.
Real
would be amazing.
I
contractors
would
talking
love
real
that.
construction.
Love it.
I think that the networks, they probably will disagree with me, but if the networks actually allowed for people to use the right products, they would have a better following. I think that if they didn't try to get complete control, 100% control of everything, they'll tell you what you can do or what you can't do.
The broadcasters, no,
Market
network.
the networks, whoever is controlling.
And I don't
the
do so
shows.
well with that because I'm not a Reno monkey.
Well, the thing is that they're controlling too much. Instead of sharing with everyone and making it really enjoyable for everyone, 100 people are going to like a show, 100 people are going to hate it. Right now, the people that we are really addressing are the people that really hate it.
But what's really funny, and that's why I don't get along with them, is that I come from an advertising background and I actually have ideas on how to do the show properly, how to make it entertaining and realistic and drive marketing and advertising dollars. They just don't want to fucking listen to me.
Yeah.
Because they're so good at selling tampons. They love selling fucking tampons.
Well,
But they'll never sell tampons on my show. So I agree with you about the broadcasters doing that. I remember the very first week that we were shooting, very first beginnings of my videos that I was doing on YouTube. And one of the camera guys said, Manny, your hair's a fucking mess. You got dirt all over your face and your clothes is all dirty. You want to just clean up a little bit? And I looked at him and going, are you fucking kidding me? This is what I look like. I'm not going to pretty myself up.
You're doing construction without a helmet.
What do you mean?
I see a lot of new shows, and
Oh, they don't have the
everyone's
helmets
hair
on.
is like perfect.
Or they're on the roof and
they have no
everybody's
helmets.
tied off and Spider-Man looks at it and
Well,
goes, what the fuck? How am I supposed to get around
and
there?
my message to that is, and it's like, oh yes, I know it's television. We shouldn't. It's like a movie, and you shouldn't. But there's real construction going on, and that means safety first.
Safety, for sure.
What I want people to understand, and the people that are listening that might not like some of our messages, is be careful what you're selling because you're hurting people.
Yes.
Be careful what you're selling because you're ruining the economy for other people. Just
Yes.
because you're making money doesn't mean that you're
We
not
are.
going to affect someone else's
Yes.
money. Don't mislead people because there's a lot of people being misled. And
yes.
you know what? We got the next generation. And if you're on a show and you're not educating and you're not portraying
You're
the
not
proper
giving
message,
back.
you know what?
Give
if you want to
fucking back.
give back, and at least
The politicians are not going to do shit.
I know bills have to be paid.
We know that
Yeah.
all politicians want to try to fucking bring up the trades. They want to try to do these programs. They want to try to get people to go into the trades. And the first off, the thing is their programs suck. They're not attracting people to do trades. Second thing, the advertising that they're spending to get trades in there is not fucking working because they're doing it all wrong. Third, they're leaning towards the people that are on TV and using them as spokespeople. That's not fucking working either. You know what's working? Social media and people paying attention to our posts going, you inspire me to fucking make my business bigger and better. When we spoke to Will last week, you and I
I've been motivated since.
were both motivated by what he had to
That
say.
guy was so well spoken.
And people look to us for motivation, and we were motivated by him and what he did.
I did not think that was going to go that direction.
He is not on TV.
No, but it was a real conversation, real angles, and he answered it. There was no... He was being genuine. And you know what? I haven't had a moment with... Like, I've been looking for people mentoring me. Most people have worried about what they're going to make. This guy actually gave me the tools. Now I just need to use the tools to get where I'm at.
He made me hungry.
How about this?
He made me hungry.
How about this? Listen, we don't want to be negative about things. We got a lot of here to talk about still.
Why not?
How about this? Let's talk about what people have talked to us about, not what we're thinking or what we're saying. Let's start with Mike. What are the things that you've heard about contractors, how they feel, and what they think about television?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's not every day where they talk to me about television. I mean,
Well, it must come up. We're working together.
It's coming up. It comes up. It's the same old
They
shenanigans.
must be
that I was
like,
telling
hey,
you.
you know that really handsome guy that works with you? Is he really that handsome?
Yeah, they're blown away by how handsome you are. No, but most of the issues,
I didn't think you were so tall.
I get reached. Like,
Thank you.
I get a lot of DMs. Yeah, they call me for advice. How you running your company? What do you charge per square foot? If
Can I
you're
ask you
building?
something?
Sure.
Do you answer the questions?
Of course.
No.
All the time.
Every
All the
single
time.
one.
Every single
but if you
one.
don't know the right answers, you still answer it?
I answer it too. Yeah.
I tell
if I
them
don't know
that
the right answer, I tell them. I tell them. Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll let them know. Listen, this is my opinion only. Or this is the way I do things or whatever. They're reaching out to me, man.
Okay. What do you think the disconnect is with people now with television and to construction? Why do you think so many people?
It's entertainment, Carlino.
No.
It's just like
Carmelo.
the way Carmelo.
What is this? Some kind of like
Did I
cake?
say Carmelo?
You were looking at
Hang
my
on,
nose.
Carmelo,
Carmelo.
pass that bowl of salsa, please.
It's entertainment.
Then,
man.
like I
So-
said, go fucking renovate the Kardashians,
Yes,
man.
I love that you said that. That's actually pretty cool. It's advice. They ask me for advice, how I run my business, how I do my finances, how we do price per square footage, what's our pricing on this.
But what
I
do
don't-
you say if you don't have the answer? I say, listen, I don't know that. I haven't gone down that road, but let me see what I can find out, and I get back to them.
I pretty much let them know that, I always did know the answer.
I don't. I'm never the smartest person in the fucking room.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying the questions that I was asked, I did know the answers to. I don't know everything, guys.
Okay, so that comes up to a really nice topic I've had with a couple friends that really care about me, and they wanted me to be very delicate about how I treat subjects that we talk about.
Manny shouldn't really be saying that.
Yes, they say that. Many people
You
say
know what?
that.
Maybe I should get a shirt that says that, eh? Manny shouldn't really be saying that.
No, a lot of people say that. Let's get down to the nitty gritty here.
Yeah.
People they don't want to hear us tippy-toeing around. They want to hear how we really feel and how people really feel.
We haven't been tippy-toeing.
I'm gonna talk because you got your life jacket on and your boat's sinking, but you're ready for the swim because you got your life jacket on.
Both?
I am just jumping into the water out of this boat. Okay. What I do here is
I'm on the headboard.
I hear that the messages on television aren't clear. People are misled. There's not enough focus on the important things to make people not feel that way. One thing, though, that is different from me than everybody else is I realize it's entertainment, and I take it with a grain of salt.
But Joe Schmo out there doesn't.
I know, and that's why I think what we were talking about earlier and what I want to get to before I had the brain fart was we bring up the problems. Now, we need to talk about
You know what the solution is?
Okay,
You know what the
guys.
solution is? What? Go ahead, Mike.
Can I say?
I know what the solution is.
He's getting up in his chair right now.
Let me say this. These TV shows, the Renoactors that are out there, do they even give a shit about what the rest of the
some of them
rest
do.
of the contractors think,
Some do.
or are they geared to get just an audience like clients?
Well,
because clearly the contractors don't need to watch these shows. They know what the fuck is going on.
This is how I feel.
That's why I'm saying it's
feel
always the contractors
I feel
that are coming to me and saying...
I believe that if you're working full-time and you're busy and you've got a construction job, you're barely ever really going to watch this unless your family's watching it or your kids watching it or your wife's really into it. I don't get time to watch television. I actually don't even have cable. The only time...
But you have internet, don't you?
I have internet, but I have other things to source out.
They're not geared towards the contractors. They're geared only towards the other audience, which is the clients. They don't give a fuck about what the contractors are saying about the TV shows,
But as a contractor, though, half our business is clients.
Yeah, that's
So
where
they're fucking
it
with
begins.
half our
That's
business.
what I'm trying to say. They don't
They
give
are
a flying
all
rat's ass
fucking
about the
with
industry.
our
They
business.
care about who they're reaching attention to. Or
Their clients are not real clients. Their clients are casted. So there's a casting call. You come in. Are you the best couple in your neighborhood? Do you need a makeover in your motherfucking house? Oh, why don't you audition for this show? Because this show sucks and our host sucks, and we'll pretend to fucking be great. But they're fucking our livelihood.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Television never made construction easier for me landing a job.
Made it harder.
It made it harder. Sometimes I don't even want people to know who I am or where I worked, not who I am. I don't think I'm anybody.
I can see a mustache
I
now.
believe that I was in history of television, which I'm proud of. When I go to someone's house, they either want me to do it for free, or they think I'm overpriced, or they're miseducated and they think that I'm just going to tear everything down. And they don't understand why. I would rather go into a place where nobody knows me and I just go in as a contractor, educate the person how to spend their money wisely. So by you saying
that, you basically have agreed that what they've done is fucked us. And they continue to fuck us.
No, I think that the people that are watching aren't realizing that.
But you're walking
it's
into
entertainment.
You're walking into the house.
But there are real messages that really make or break a person.
They used to
motivate or discourage.
I'm sorry, but the shows today do not inspire, do not motivate, do not add to our industry. They do not do all these things. The shows of today is what I'm saying. Not get rid of this
I'm
old
not
house.
Interested.
This old house said they still do, because they're walking into a real fucking house and they're talking to real contractors and they're going through the real fucking scenarios. The shows that are scripted today, you show up here, you talk about this shit now, and you make up this crap. They are fucking hurting the industry more than helping the industry.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm more into YouTube or Instagram. But
what I hear is I'm taking the fifth on that one.
Is it a sixth?
You know what? I will say, I love that the three of us are actually disagreeing with each other. All of us have our own opinions, and I disagree with what he's saying. I disagree with what you're saying sometimes. You know,
that's interesting. My headset's actually saying that you guys are all agreeing with me.
No. Listen, man. To a certain extent, I'm telling you, man. I get what's going on, and I respect it. Like, I mean, that's why I brought up the whole endorsement thing, man.
You know what? Maybe because I'm at a different playing level or thinking level. For me, something entertaining would be an educational show. Something showing me how to use something or why not to use this over this, or that to me would motivate me.
Listen, part of the film business, part of what I learned when you're in the film business, there's two things. There's the art, which is the film, and then there's the business. All right? You can't just be fucking creative. You have to actually make it monetized, right? You have to make money off of it. Otherwise, you're just an art. That's all it is, and you're not going to be successful. So I get that portion of it. But I'll tell you a little story about a little fucking movie about a little character named Luke Skywalker. Nobody wanted to make that movie back in the 70s.
Not until Ham Solo got involved.
I know this is brilliant. Keep going, Manny.
Nobody wanted to make that movie. Nobody wanted to take a risk on it. Nobody. To the point where the production company said, fuck it, George. You can keep the rights to this piece of shit because it's never going to fucking be successful.
And looky.
That one statement and that paper, that sign made him a billionaire. Nobody ever wants to make a show about construction until one fucker steps up and makes a really good show about construction. What they want to do is make the same fucking bullshit show that they've been making over and over. And you know this for a fact.
Yeah.
Because your show that you came off started off great. It was the guy who saved everything. It was perfect. Educated you. You learned stuff. You did construction. It was wonderful. Then the fucking endorsements came and everything fucking went to shit. Right? And we all know that for a fact. Then what does the broadcaster do? They say, no, that shit made a lot of money, but let's come up with this other bullshit idea that doesn't fucking work. But we came up with this idea. So we're going to make this show and we're going to reproduce that show. And that's what they've been fucking doing. And not once have they actually sat there and go, let's make a show about construction. Or me telling them, make a fucking show about construction, you fuckheads. And they don't like that when you say fuckheads to them in their face, right? So that's the problem here. Somebody, and I'm not saying me, there's fucking thousands of other guys out there that are contractors that are fucking 1,000 times better than me. 1,000 times, and they should be on TV. Regardless if they're fucking personality or they're actors or whatever. They are fucking good, in my opinion, and they should be on TV. This is not about me being on TV. This is about me changing the motherfucking industry. Because I'm sick and tired of these actors fucking lying to everybody.
Wow.
Hey, man.
I'm going to take $80 an hour now. While I was quiet listening to that.
I was just getting fucking. I was looking at. I was like, holy shit.
He almost came over the table. He almost had me by the throat.
It's awesome. He's passionate, man.
No, but
He's passionate.
for me though, here you made some really good points that come up for me. One of them is really great contractors. They don't have time for TV. They don't have time to make a show.
You know,
that's right.
They're making money.
You know what? You've hit it now.
And they don't care. There's a lot of guys that just don't care, and there's a lot of guys that do care. I think that the people that are taking it too personal should just remember it's entertainment and it's television.
It's funny how you say.
I think that if you really want to learn something and you want to get 100% good knowledge, or find a mentor, find someone that's going to teach you, or somebody that can answer all your questions. Television isn't going to answer your questions. It's
TV. It's going to provide entertainment.
There's drama going on. There's dancing and juggling balls, and Mike, you should be in television.
always comes back to me. Listen, now you made a good point there with respects to the real contractors don't have the time to get involved in all this drama, because they are out there. They're putting they're repping they're like building their own business and brand, and they're doing a fucking good job of it. I find, honestly, even we'll go back to social media. A lot of the people that I talk to on Instagram through DMs and whatnot, guys, it's a numbers game for most of them. But I find that the people that have the least amount of the followers are the good ones, man. These contractors that are out there and they don't stay on the social media 100%. As much, they are the quiet ones that are moving along quickly.
And I think you also stumbled on something. It's not always the television or the people that are doing the television that's the problem. Sometimes it's the contractor not educating themselves or giving their input. You know, or making a change. And you really, if you don't really like something, don't watch it.
Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? That's
I know,
it,
but
man.
the problem, okay.
But people are watching it, and there's a lot of people that are watching it.
The two problems,
and they're getting misinformed.
The two problems for me with this whole thing is homeowners that are naive and they are not open-minded to research properly, or don't have the education or the knowledge.
They believe what they say is gospel.
That's what bothers me. And two, young people that really because
they
I was
believe
I
what
was
they
young
say
at one
is
time.
gospel.
I was young at one time.
Yeah, but it's great to be young, dumb, and full of cum. But you need to fucking wake up eventually.
And the thing is that you shouldn't have any regrets in life. Saying that, if I knew what I knew now, I may have taken a few different turns in my life that would have bettered me and people around me. A lot of times, shutting up and not expressing yourself isn't getting you anywhere. That's why I like what we're doing here. We're really expressing conversations we're having. You know what's really cool is sometimes I don't get to see you guys every day. Someone will say to me, "Oh my God, I can't believe you guys are talking about that or saying this." And then I'll have conversations with people, and I'll have 20, 30 people have different conversations with me, and I come back with you to you guys. And then I unwind about the conversations I had. We get to debate it back and forth and make a difference.
What did the three of us agree regarding this podcast, regarding your endorsement scenario?
If you don't believe in it, you won't.
We ain't fucking touching it.
We ain't touching it. Exactly.
We ain't touching it.
I told you also that if I had the opportunity to be on television again, I would definitely take it. But it wouldn't be under or I should say, the people in control.
The broadcasters.
They would never, ever hold me back from that. I would want a real message.
What's that, Mike? What?
I'm just, you know what? I'm sorry, man. It just, again, he just said, if we, what we're here for, if you don't believe in it, it's fucking funny. I don't even want to say it. It's funny what I see on social media where people are all repped up on these massive tool companies, and then they must have got sold on the lower brands because it's all over their fucking site now. You know, you're going from a big company like fucking DeWalt or whatever, and then all of a sudden,
if you want to talk, about that, which is another show,
it just came to me, man. I'm seeing it, and now I can realize it. Fucking sellouts, man.
That's what I brought. First of all, This particular podcast is not going to make us a lot of friends.
No, it's not supposed to.
Listen,
We agreed.
guys,
We
hang on a
we
second.
agreed in the beginning.
My friends.
I like friends. I love fun. I'm a fun-go-lucky guy. I don't want this podcast to make me enemies, but I am gonna keep giving you my own fucking
I
opinion.
don't give a fuck.
Listen, my friends will always be my friends.
Yeah, there
my
you go.
opinion will
My
always be
true
my
friends,
opinion.
exactly.
Yeah.
My true friends.
Yes, I will always learn. And if you have something constructive, positive, I will take it. But you know what? You can't get to the positive until you get to the negative. You know what? We've got to sift through the
You
garbage.
can't get to the positive until you go through the negative.
You got to sometimes take the garbage and you got to go through it to find out why did it become garbage. That's,
It's funny how I was one of the few people in film school that I actually paid attention to the business side of the fucking business. I did. I had to, because I wanted to make money off of what I was creatively creating, right? So it's funny how I've seen these cycles. I saw these guys endorsing products on Instagram, taking the cues from the Renoactors a year and a half ago. I saw this shit fucking happening, right? And I'm also seeing what's going on now, and I'm paying attention to it as well. The brands are not stupid, though. They are pulling back, and what they're doing is it's a racehorse now. That's what it's totally fucking a series of racehorses, and they're paying attention to who's doing what and how they're doing it. But the problem is that when you've got contractors that are just narrowly focusing their interests in trying to get free product and trying to get some endorsement deal or trying to charge per post and shit like that, pay attention to the fucking job.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fucking field of dreams. Fucking plant the corn, man.
But
Plant the fucking
he's got it
corn.
down
You know
to a
what, for
T,
me-
man. Fucking,
Come on, guys.
thank you very much, brush buddy. Thank you for this.
I do have my favorite tool companies. We're
We
not
all
gonna
do
we're not
that.
going to talk
We all
about it.
do that.
We all
It's
do.
what I've been brought up
But
on.
then all of a sudden you see a guy that you respect on Instagram, and all of a sudden he's all fucking endorsing Red Tools last week because he was at a symposium. Is that going to make you fucking buy Red? No, it's not.
No.
We're going to talk about that in another podcast.
No, but what I wanted to say was I don't have one line of one thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No fucking contractor does.
The people tell me, oh, Makitas like prefer professional contractors like that are carpenters, and I'm like, okay, that's one opinion.
Maybe if you're
But,
Eastern European.
but you know what? I buy all my Makitas, like all my grinders, all my wet saw grinders. They're all Makita. Why is that? I don't know. It just happens to be the tools that work for me and that I like.
This
It made sense.
this is getting a tiny bit off the top,
It
right?
is,
Because
it
we're
is.
getting
I was
into
gonna
another
say the same
topic.
thing.
But I just want to say that there is going to be a change. Mark my fucking words.
Actually, is it getting off topic? Because what it's really talking about is how other people want to become Renoactors to a fucking...
But that's what they're doing. Is they're paying attention to, and I wouldn't be so shocked that maybe the Renoactors grab them and put them aside, going, "Listen, you guys should be charging for those posts with those fucking numbers." Ding. That's a great idea. But yeah, you know what though? It's gonna change. I'm telling you, some fucker out there. I believe it. I believe it. There's someone out there right now. If you're listening, or you're a contractor, or you're doing something fucking creative, and you're in construction, you're doing something right now that's gonna fucking make an amazing show. That's gonna be well respected. That's gonna take this old house to a whole other fucking level. And I'm gonna pay attention to you, and I'm gonna watch the fucking show, and I'm gonna respect you, and I'm gonna want to meet you one day. Someone's gonna do that. That's happening right now. This landscape is changing.
But some things don't need to be reinvented.
This new house.
They
I
don't.
could watch this old house the way it was. Honestly, I don't know if it's just me, but I could.
But the guys are getting older, in all fairness.
Yeah,
They are
of
getting
course,
older, so they need to pass the fucking torch to somebody
Yeah.
else. But here's the stupid thing is that the guys that they're trying to maybe potentially considering passing the torch on to, they don't want it because that's not their idea. They don't want to be taking on this old house. They want to come up with their own idea, which I think is stupid.
Their own brand name.
Their own brand and their own idea and all this other shit, which is fine. Whatever.
And a lot
do
of
that.
them aren't even working
That's why
out.
I think there's somebody else out there that's coming up with a fucking show idea, and somehow he's going to have the cojones to go up to these broadcasts and go, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. This is how it's going to be done.
I think this is where the network is ruining people. They're taking really good people that want to do something in this business, and then they get spoiled by the television.
Yep.
And they get lost.
Come
And
here, monkey.
I've
Dance,
heard.
monkey.
I've heard of many times. I've heard in my past that experience. No names used. People being child actors.
That's a whole other world.
Getting into acting.
I know.
And then it fails for them, and they fail as humans. because they got so stuck.
They got sucked into it.
Yeah,
they got
And
sucked
they think
into.
that's
You are
all
the best
they
thing
think it's all
ever.
about them.
You're the best
and it's
thing
not.
ever.
It's about everyone.
That's why I love that you guys and myself and other people that we still respect, because we've watched them grow up in the ranks, because we've all met each other on Instagram, right? That's why I respect you guys, that you still continue to focus on your brand, still continue to focus on the work. What's a joke is that these Instagrammers out there that are charging for a fucking post, they're not doing the work. They have a garage full of fucking free product. They don't have a clientele. They don't get that feeling of a client going, you know what, Carlito? I love my kitchen. I love it. It's fucking beautiful. No,
This
but you,
kitchen was brought to you by Milwaukee.
but let me talk about a couple other things that only we would know. Manny, you loved the show I was on for a really long time.
I did.
Yeah. Okay,
I respected it.
Let's leave it at that
That's
point
a
there.
fact. That's a fact.
Yeah,
for the first few years, I respected it. I paid attention to it. I smirked when he came in and he said, "Rip it all out." Right. And I did pay attention to what he was doing. But then the moment that because I come from advertising, the moment that I saw the endorsements were overpowering the construction and I watched production trump construction, I lost the respect. And I walked away from it.
One of the biggest reasons next to meeting Mike, you loved that I was on that show. You kind of knew me as a character.
To be honest, and I think I may have mentioned this, you're the only one that I actually respected on the show. When I was
because I
watching
was always carrying tools.
No.
No, it's because you're Croatian.
because whenever the camera panned over to you, you were always in the middle of doing something. So that to me told me that it wasn't a setup scenario. You were actually doing the work. So I respect anybody that's on the fucking tools. So that's why when I see these Instagrammers or I see fucking Renoactors and they're pretending to do the work, you don't get respect from me. And that's why I got really passionate and the fucking red line on the audio went fucking clipping forever when I was fucking angry about that.
Yeah,
But you know what? A lot of people don't know is there's so much footage because these things aren't done in one day. They're not done in one weekend.
I know.
Some of these projects took months. These are real jobs having real problems. In television, to kind of break that down and lose the momentum of the story, you're not gonna know all those things. I was even fortunate to be in those scenes because there is so much footage and everyone was working so hard that to pick and choose in the archive what works for that story, I was fortunate to be in
But here's
there.
the best part that I fucking can't stand. Who's the person picking and choosing? Someone that wasn't even there.
You know what? There was a lot of fingers in the bowl.
But the person who had the final say.
I always say there's a lot of Chiefs and not enough Indians.
I know, and I completely agree. But I found it always. I dealt with this in advertising as well. There was always people who were never there, who never watched what was going on, who never had contributed to the creative and brought to light, had an opinion to do something that was not originally planned to do.
If it was if we were talking about a TV show that just started and I saw that, I wouldn't be into it. Knowing where I come from and where the people that were in charge that I was dealing with, it's like a real business. Every real business grows. And the owner of that company will not be there every single day. And he won't be able to be on the tools because he's running the business.
But that's what I respected about Jim Carrey and his show, because he actually showed that.
But also, the show wasn't about anyone but a certain person in each one of those shows.
That's the other thing that I disagree, because we all know, as you guys know, even if you're doing your own personal renos, you're still going to have to call a buddy or two to come over to help you with certain aspects of it. But that's your personal reno.
No, but
so when you're running a business, you have a team.
I know, but
Where the fuck were you guys when I was tearing out my deck yesterday?
Well,
I never got a text. I
I'm
never
so
got a fucking
happy you
phone
never
call.
called me. So
I
happy.
wasn't
Why were
gonna-
you tearing down your deck yesterday?
It's got to go. 30 years old.
Yeah.
It's done. Anyway, sorry. Hi.
Getting to that whole scenario is they are all businesses. You know, you're getting to a point where you're eventually going to not be able to work on the tools anymore, Manny.
I'm looking forward to that, because what I'm focusing on is the team.
But no one can make those decisions, those corporate decisions without you unless they earn your respect. And you know what? Sometimes some people have to make the calls because they know the whole thing about the business. That's why when we run our guys, I like our guys to be part of everything. Some people want to be movie stars, and some people are just there. Like
Everyone Everyone loves the fame. I get it.
Listen. Of course, I wanted to have my big nose on TV, and I wanted people to recognize me. I'd be contradicting myself if I did. I loved it. I loved it. My parents loved me for it. My friends. I made friends from it. You're one of the friends that I made from it. I mean, those are things that nobody could take away from me for the rest of my life. You know.
Technically speaking, I met you because I met Mike.
You did.
I didn't meet you because of the show.
No, it's
I
true.
just recognized
And
you
you
from
know what?
the show.
This guy was so hot to get us together. It was so weird.
Oh, I remember that. I remember that. Hey, you got to meet Manny. You got to meet Manny. Now you're fucking
And
always...
you know what the funny
listen,
part...
Listen,
you know
I
what the
know
funny
Manny
part
can't
is-
say that. He shouldn't be saying that, but you should really meet Manny because he's not like that.
Manny, honestly, I swear, you're going to probably hate this. Everyone says, I fucking hate that guy, Manny. Fuck that guy, Manny. And then I'm like, hey, Mike, man, everyone says, fuck this guy, Manny. And then I meate you, and I'm like, fuck the guys that are talking about
That's
you.
exactly what I said to
I'm
him.
like-
I don't care. He's brilliant. I think he's great.
You know what? When you're on a subject and you're hot on the subject, hey man, you know what? You were addressing it with no boundaries.
Listen, there's 3 things that I'm really good at. Okay, that's in my life. What I've grown to learn what I'm good at. There's 3 fucking things.
First,
Being an
banana
asshole.
bread.
No. Let's pass all that shit, right?
It's got to be being an asshole.
There's 3 things that I'm really good at, and that's construction, storytelling, and one other thing.
Uh-oh.
Causing trouble?
Done.
I'm not saying the third thing.
What do you mean?
saying
it's something else.
It's something else.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Okay.
I'm really good at that, too.
Now I'm going to want to find out what that
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
Because I can assume all day, but I want to know what you're thinking.
You'd be making an ass out of you and me.
No.
Okay, so how
This
about,
has been an interesting talk.
well, and you know what, man,
This is the most passionate I've seen you.
Dude,
In my house.
I'm really proud of you, and we would have done this a month ago. This would have been explosive, dude. Explosive. You've like tippy-toed around a lot of subjects that you didn't want to tippy-toe around. So are there things that you want to talk about? Let's talk about that. Are there things that are we leaving out? No one should tell you how you should think. No one should hold us back from our beliefs, and no one should hold us back from our opinions. We're not trying to take anything away from anyone. All we're doing is educating and having a conversation. And you know what? Do what you must do with that.
Okay, so it's interesting. When I got into construction 9 years ago, coming from the film business, I'm a fish out of water, don't know shit. I was never mentored. I never went to school. I never apprenticed. Fuck all. I just looked at it and going, I really like doing that, so I want to get in there. So when I did in there, I paid attention to, I wanted to make what I represented construction as. I wanted to make it passionate. I wanted to make it fun. I wanted to be inspirational. I wanted to be exciting. I wanted to just portray it in a different new light. Because up until then, it wasn't like that. We all knew construction was like really boring images. It was always the same kind of fucking images. It was always a polo shirt guy standing there. It was always a sales pitch. It was always that shit. I was like, nobody was having fun. But I remember as a kid working with my brothers or working with my dad, we used to fuck around all the time. Smacks to the head, jokes here and there, having food. We're building a deck. We're pouring concrete. We're doing this. We're that. We were loving it. We're having fun. And we're getting all the friends together, 6 wheelbarrows. We're having fun. It was exciting and spirit. And I was like, why isn't that on TV? Oh, because it's just one guy taking the credit for everything. That's why it's not on TV. That's part of the reason why if I were to pitch a show, which I have already pitched a show, I would make it about the fucking crew. The crew to me is so dynamic.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fucking interesting. I've got Irish electricians, Irish bricklayers. I've got fucking Italian crusty old fucking plumber. I've got skilled fucking carpenters that are from here or there. I've got a fucking mixed Portuguese, Middle Eastern tile setter. It's fucking eclectic.
You got some ninjas working for you.
I've got the ninjas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I love what you're saying because that is exactly what we did on Instagram. We were always having a good time, but we were never showing everybody our work. Remember how we're getting the slack for it, Carlito? You know, you guys never showed.
But you guys were having
We were
so
having fun.
much
But you know
fun.
why? And I'll tell you why I never really posted. We posted some pictures here and there about our finished products. But the reason why I didn't post so many
Is that we were trying to get out of the house so fast we forgot to take the pictures?
It's not even that. We were having fun and we were trying to show people that this business, because I know there's millions of other people showcasing how great this could look. We know how to do all that shit. We wanted to show how much fun construction can actually be. And if this is a road you're veering down, everybody on Instagram, they do. They know us as
30
the
years.
fun guys, the jokers. You know what I mean?
30 years, 20 years.
20 years.
How many times have you guys laughed?
I'm laughing every single goddamn day.
You know why the broadcasters don't do this fun version of construction?
because it won't showcase what they feel construction really is.
No, they don't get the joke.
Honestly, do you hear anyone not swearing on site?
We've got
What are you
slack
talking
for
about?
it though, man. We've always gotten slack. Like, I mean,
Well,
but people like
you
what
don't
we
swear
put
on
out.
your site?
No, I do.
Oh yeah, man. What are you kidding me? But I'm saying though, with respects to Instagram,
Not once have I
we've
ever
been
seen the
told.
show.
We've been told by a few people. You know what, guys?
I try not
you
to
might
do
want to
that
tone it
with
down.
new customers or customers that don't like that. A lot of times I do tell Mike, not because he has to, but I just say, hey, can you keep
If
the
my
swearing
clients
down?
are not there, I'm not swearing. But then it's like when you meet the clients, I got to gauge it. Some of the things that my current client has said around my crew, even my crew is blushing. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? It just depends on who the person is, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, they still respect the work that every single crew member is doing at that job.
Let's talk about. I know that we're going to be getting into a whole thing about women, and we have some women coming on in the next the few podcasts.
Dun, dun, dun!
I'm hoping that women are getting into this trade for the right reasons.
Thank you.
I don't want them to get in here because
would be the
they're
wrong
gonna-
reasons?
Being on television,
I know. Fame.
like
Fame
perfect
whore.
hair,
Fame
and
whore.
dress nice and never dirty.
Her. Can I say
d-
her?
I
Her.
don't. I won't have respect for a woman like that.
No, I don't give a shit
I wanna
if you're a guy or a girl.
If you're getting into this industry and you
Hold
really
your
love,
own, man.
and if you really
And
love
I'm
this
not-
construction,
it's not about physical. Hold your own.
it's up to you guys now to show the rest of the women what it's really about.
I've told
and
people
not mask
over
it.
I would
and
love to
change
have
it.
a woman on my crew. I would love to have women on my crew. I just haven't met anybody. Right? That's
And
all.
I've worked with many women. My wife worked with me for 10 years.
How does that go?
Well, she stopped working with me for about 15. but we recently have a different understanding. Really, right now, I'm seeing a lot of women getting into the businesses, and I'm hoping that the women that are getting into television respect that the next generation of women are going to depend on them
Yeah.
to be their mentors and role models. You know what? If I mentored someone, that's amazing. I never really thought I was making a difference until just in the last 2 years. I've actually realized that people, like yourself, appreciated that I was on the tools, that I was really working. And yeah, I might have got my nose on a couple scenes, but I was on the tools working hard. And working for TV was even harder than real construction.
I don't have a problem with the people, the hosts. I don't have a problem. I have a problem with them taking the credit for work that they didn't do. Just listen, if you say you're a Kardashian, just fucking say you're a Kardashian of construction. That's what it is, man.
Yeah.
Don't say that you're Bob Vila. Don't sell me that shit, because the real contractor can smell it and go, fuck you. I don't believe you, right?
Yeah. Well, and that's what I have a pet peeve with. Like, there's a couple people that I don't like. They're becoming pretty big and famous people, but some of them are just been they're real actors. And why it bothers me, because I love this business and this industry so much that they don't realize the damage they're creating.
They're creating massive damage.
And you know what? They might not be where it costs people money, but mentally and physically, it is making people angry.
How many contractors do you think there are across Canada? Let's just say Canada.
Holy fuck.
Wow.
Here's the funny thing.
Almost every household has a
I've been
contractor.
trying to fucking get this information from the government for fucking years. I've been trying to get an understanding of how many contractors, because you've got different segments, right? You've got residential, you've got commercial, you've got industrial. I believe there is a big chunk of the 30, what are we at now? 35 mil? 36 mil? 37 mil.
Something like that.
The size of California.
30.
We know we're small, guys, down south there. We know we're small, right? I think that the percentage of people that are in construction is a big number, I think. So out of that percentage of people that are in construction, a tiny number of them, tiny fucking number, 24 or so, whatever, are on TV. And those 24 motherfuckers are hurting it for that bigger number, because that's their livelihood. That's what I have a problem with.
I'm no longer on TV. Everybody knows that. Some people don't. Some people watch reruns and they think I'm still there, and they think I'm 20 years old still, and I'm not. Or some people say, "Hey man, you wear glasses," and I'm like, "Yeah, you probably missed that 10 years ago."
Holy shit, you look like
but
you're 45. You're in your 20s.
The point that I'm getting to is there is life after television
Yes.
for myself.
Yes.
Thank God I was a hardworking guy and I paid attention and was trying to adapt and change, and that I never got off the tools because I had to become partners with Mike, and Mike was in the fighting world, the real world. And when I got out here, I was still a little bit in fantasy land. Even though I knew better, I didn't. I now realize how much damage you can cause without even realizing it.
Yep.
And
That's the train that's going on
some
right now.
people get a good taste in their mouth. Some people get a bad taste. I do want to see better television in the next few years to come. I think there are good shows out there. I don't have time to watch them. Even when I was on television, I never watched it because I just didn't have time.
But if you heard about a new construction show that was really about construction and had
would
a
be
real
interested in it,
perspective,
yes.
you would give it a try and you would see how the first episode is, and you would believe that everything that people said about it was true. You would continue to watch it.
But I also wouldn't watch a show unless I don't have any respect for you.
That's
and you
important.
don't just get my respect, you earn my respect.
That's number
And
one.
if you want to earn my respect, be careful what you sell,
Yeah.
be careful what you say, and be careful how your message is portrayed.
But
and the same thing goes for us. I mean, yeah, we're turning some rocks over. We're looking for snakes. At the same time, we're putting them back, and we're trying to find solutions, right?
Mikey?
Yeah, sure. Whatever he said, man.
Mikey just woke up.
Well, no, it's not that I just woke up. I'm listening, man. You guys don't want me to get started again. We
no.
did Manny so
okay,
angry.
okay, hang on a second. Manny, here's something really interesting. Mike is in the gray. You and me are in the black and white, okay? And because he's such a loyal partner to me and he's such a loyal friend to you, he will always try to protect me. And I don't want you to protect me. I want you to tell me how you really feel.
I told you guys how I really
I thought
feel.
he really expressed it really well.
Okay, well, I just want to make sure because I know sometimes he tippy toes and he always says to me, I don't want anyone to like take anything away from you or your friends. And he's always worried for me and so on, right?
Well, listen, man, at the end of the day, we're business partners. You're a friend of mine. Of course, I'm going to side with you, but I'm not holding back. I thought I told you guys everything.
I just want to make sure.
Listen, there's nothing more for me to say with respects to how I feel about
Do you
these
like
Renoactors.
television?
When I watch it, yeah. You know why I like it? Because I don't watch that. I watch other stuff. You know what I mean? Like here's
a question for you guys.
Why aren't you watching it?
I'm not interested in it. I do it every fucking day. There's no ill will. I don't have any fucking remorse
I'll
towards
tell
them.
you the truth. I know that we're talking and we're trying to find
you guys are trying to
we're trying to
beef
find
me up
solutions.
and-
We're trying to find
There's nothing
There's
for
no
me to
right
get
or
mad
wrong.
at. Yeah.
Dude, I love television.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
I come from television that I loved.
Yeah.
I still love television.
Perfect.
There's stuff out there that I don't like.
Okay.
But I'll tell you the truth.
Yep.
I love watching, and Manny, you're gonna hate this. I love watching designer shows. Even if I know they're not the real designers or they're not real, I like ideas. I go to a job site and I see something cool. Dude, you better hide that from me because I'm gonna put that to my report. And I'm gonna try to use that where I can. So I like watching construction shows because I want to create new things, better things, and more
I
interesting
lost
things.
interest in the construction shows. I live it every day. I breathe it every day. I consider myself educated enough to know what the fuck is going on without watching the shows. But when I do get back, like I said, if you want my brutally honest opinion, guys, I watch the History Channel.
Dude.
That's what I watch.
Dude, since I was a kid, since I was a fucking little kid, then I went to my first movie. I'll still be watching movies until I'm fucking dead.
Yeah.
And I watch them differently now because I know how they're made. But I'll still go watch movies. I will still prefer to sit in a theater and that those lights dim down and watch a movie. And the problem is that the older I've gotten, 9 times out of 10, the movies fucking suck. But then I'm always looking for that 10th one. So I would still watch a Reno show if the motherfucking Reno show was about fucking Renos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I get tired of broadcasters and executives and producers telling me, well, we're not speaking to you. we're speaking to the woman in the house because she's the one that makes the final decision.
That's not
That's a
always
woman
true.
executive's voice, eh? That's what I'm telling you, boy.
Wow, that's a big scar.
But that's what I said to her. I said, that's not motherfucking true. That's bullshit. Like, nobody in my household.
I actually know a lot of men that are home now.
Yeah. Right. So it's just like, that's why the tampon advertising is done. It's like, it's fucking done. And all these brands, and you're black and yellow, DeWalt, they would love to advertise on these shows, but they don't because it's a fucking joke. They know that they're not speaking to their target market.
Well, at the end of the day, it is all about marketing and money.
It is about
It's always going to be like that. That was my point, man. Like, it's, guys, the money is going to drive everything.
You would watch it. I think you would watch it if it was a real construction show.
Oh,
100% I would. I would be excited for it.
And it was relatable, and it was a guy that you liked or a crew.
You know how I would watch it, Manny? I would PVR it.
Of course you would.
Tape it.
And you would watch it on your iPhone.
Exactly.
Like you would watch it on your mobile
Because I don't have
device,
time
of
to come
course.
home and watch.
Whatever I watch is to support the people that I respect still, and the friends that I have. I really want to do that for them.
I can't.
I know. We come from different places, right? Television's done a lot of great things for me.
Are they still going to want to meet me after this one?
I hope so.
Are we still friends after this one?
Yeah, fuck.
Listen, really, I wanted to have a great topic. It's definitely.
I think we brought up some great points. I think we've discussed it well. I think we've been fair.
Listen, I don't want to see television going anywhere. I want to see television getting bigger and better, but I do want better content. I'm a little bit bored with some of the things that I've seen or advertised.
I'm a lot bored.
I've tried. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't mean that means anything. That's just my opinion. We have had a lot of discussions with people, and it's bothered a lot of people. A lot of people are bothered by television. Typically, the people that I speak to are mostly contractors. They don't understand why you have to go to the excess. Some people say that TV shows are taking away from construction. I think they're adding to construction. You know what? People are trying things. They want to do more renovations. It's really feeding the industry really well.
Yeah, I would agree to that. I would agree to that.
You asked me 5 years ago, I don't think a lot of people wanted to get into construction. I am now starting to see, or maybe because of this format, I am starting to see more younger people.
But I'll argue that
involved.
point where I think a lot more younger people are going to Instagram and they're weeding out the fucking guys who just want to have their posts sold, and they're paying attention to the guys who are actually doing good quality work.
And I hate that.
And they're respecting that. And they're
Go
going,
sell yourself somewhere else, because when Instagram starts charging me, it's because of you guys.
Yeah, I know.
And nothing wrong with it.
I've never charged for a single post of mine. Never,
Yeah.
and I won't. It's not the brand that I built.
And I'm only speak for me and Mike, but I do know you very well. I've never seen anything that you don't believe in.
Yeah.
Also, we have never put anything on that we don't believe in.
Exactly.
Like, I've had people say, "Hey, you want this for free?" And I go, "No." And they're like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Because I have no use for it. What, do you want to put it in my storage? I'd rather pick from the garbage."
All the cool kids have it. That's why.
You know what? He's right. We were sent a few free items,
But we never used them.
Hang on, yeah,
We
we're not
tried.
going to
We
mention
tried
any
to use
names.
them. We tried to
No,
use
we
them.
tried to, and it just became a shit show. It's
And-
like,
and-
you know
and-
what? I can't use
Mark
this.
my words, the industry is going to change. You're going to see Instagram change.
But you know what?
TV
I would.
change.
The truth is if I was going that direction, I wouldn't be going for free tools. I'd be going for the money. If I was that kind of person, do you know what I mean? And it sounds like that I'm full of shit. Not saying that I wouldn't take the money. I would love to take the money, but I want to take it so people respect me. You know, one thing, I chose this industry and this trade to be respected by people.
That respect
I want
is
people to
huge.
respect me for the hard work that I
respect
do
is
every single
huge.
day. And if you don't respect my hard work, then I don't have any
I'm
respect
sure
for
there's
you.
lots of people that think I'm an asshole and I'm opinionated and I've ruffled a lot of feathers, and there's a bunch of fucking trollaholics out there
They haven't given you an opportunity or chance.
No, I don't give a shit though. But the one thing that they do have for me is respect. I'm on the fucking tools. I do the work. I come up with the ideas. I fucking push my clients, and I do this shit day in, day out.
Manny, I've heard a couple of people say, "Oh, Manny, if Manny got a show, he would just do the same thing."
No fucking way.
What would you without talking too much? How would you address that?
What do you mean?
I guess there is no way of addressing you.
If
Because
I haven't
they
given
take too
in,
much control.
Yeah, if I haven't given now, why the fuck would I give in I don't know why. Why would I give in?
I guess the message about it is it's going to be different for everyone. But maybe if the networks are listening, why don't you put products that everybody wants to use?
And kiss my ass.
There was 100 topics that we spoke about with ourselves and with other people. This is one of those topics. It was a very scary topic for me because I have family and friends there, and I do love a lot of people in the industry.
you've held yourself really well.
And I love the industry.
We said we were going to ruffle feathers, man.
The other a couple of weeks ago there, Mikey went away, and we started to address possibly what direction we'd be going with this podcast. And I got a lot of feedback. A lot of people, told me that, our podcast really isn't going anywhere. It's not affecting anyone. It doesn't really have any substance. But I feel that this is, a lot of people are interested in what we have to say. And you know what? I don't care if it's 2 people or it's 10 people. Whoever I've helped or given them some new direction or some new tools, that's all that really matters.
We're hearing guys are like playing this on their job site radios.
I love it.
I don't know what this is a first for me. That's the first I've heard.
No,
Dude,
honestly, I've heard some of this shit.
We had Will on the
No,
other
but you
day.
need some of it. There's going to be negative.
I know, but you
negativity.
know what, dude? I've been in construction 30 years. I've been in television 15. I've tried a lot of new stuff. Been ahead of the game for many years for a short time. I'm learning every time we have a guest.
I love having guests.
Like Will, by far, has been the most inspirational person that's been outside of our circle
That
in the longest
podcast
time.
was great. That was a great
I think I'm
podcast.
ready to go to the next level.
Yeah.
Well,
And
here's
it
what
took,
I will
It took
say.
me to speak to someone like him to actually hear that.
Here's what I will say about this podcast. I would say about 80% of the feedback I'm getting is brilliant. People are saying we're brilliant. They love us. They love the input. They love the energy. They love the awareness, the education, everything we're providing. It's 20%. Well, 20%. And then you get, you guys should do this. And I don't know why you guys are talking about this. And that's fine. You know what? I didn't get into this, nor I speak on all 3 of us, I'm hoping, but on behalf of all 3 of us.
No, my opinion is my own. And
You know
No,
what?
no, okay, wait a second. But does your
No, I'm kidding. I agree with you
I
guys.
did not start. I did not want to be involved in this podcast for fame.
how about
it?
this?
Wasn't
No,
about fame.
neither
It was
did I.
about changing
How
the
about
industry.
this? 10 people, 10 topics.
Yep.
I find that with 10 people and 10 topics, every one of those 10 loved one of those shows. And you know what? If we motivated them or gave them something in 1 out of every 10, I am thrilled.
Same here.
You know what, dude? I'm here for other reasons, and I'm realizing that this is very therapeutic for me. I've carried a lot on my shoulders and in my mind because I haven't spoke how I feel about the industry or what I've learned about the industry or where I think it should go or how people should behave or act. And this is a medium for me to do that, and it's helping me. Plus, another thing is I'm learning more than I ever have in the longest time.
Well, that's another thing I was going to put out. I mean, I didn't realize that. Like, I'm coming here every day. You guys are, brilliant.
You're coming
You
here
guys
every day because it's your house.
No, you're absolutely right. I'm involved in this podcast every time we do it. Is that better? Because you know what? It's completely educational for me too. I'm learning a lot from Manny. I'm learning a lot more from my partner Carlito. It is somewhat therapeutic, but I'm also getting insiders. And you know what, guys? I mean, I feel like I have something to bring to the table, but I'm learning a lot from the both of you guys. And you know what? If I'm learning something sitting here with the 3 of you guys, or the 2 of you guys, the 3 of us, it's sky's the limits. I wonder what everybody else is putting forth, right? Because I'm in the industry every single day as well. I'm alongside of you. I know Manny as a friend. I know what Manny's capable of. And sometimes I sit back, even though I am explosive and energetic and everybody knows me about that, like to be that way. I sit back and I'm just thinking to myself, holy shit, I didn't know this about Manny. I didn't know that Manny can bring this much more to the table. My goodness, fuck, Carlito, you're like an android, man. There's a plethora of information. But the thing is, though, listen, I'm not here to beef you guys up or beef up this podcast. I am just simply stating that. I am just simply stating that I do enjoy
You're an
it.
Android, I'm an iPhone.
And it is educational. So you know what? The hell with it. It's true. You're right.
Listen,
if we even inspire one person,
gonna
we're doing a
keep
good
on
job.
doing this.
Yep.
And for the people who like that we're doing this, great. Please DM us, leave a message.
We'll get back to you.
Leave us comments and stuff like that. And for the people that fucking hate us, Me
Great.
personally, fuck you. I don't care.
Yeah.
And for the record, I love television and great messages.
All right. There you go.
And
we've
this
set
has
our
been
piece.
Thank you,
brought to you
Mikey. Thank you,
by-
Mikey, for that little speech there.
Yeah,
That
no,
was
no
great,
worries,
man.
man.
We're
Wait,
all learning
it's the truth.
about.
It's the
We're
truth,
all
man.
learning about ourselves. We're all learning about how to build a better brand. We're getting to have these
After
great
these
conversations.
messages, we'll be right back.
But Carlito wanted to bring something else up.
I did. Many things, actually.
No, but so there are some haters out there saying that this podcast is never going to survive. And I was like, as long as that fucking thing is plugged in and we've got these 3 mics on, it's surviving.
Well, here's another thing. In television or not in television, just a listener or a contractor or a homeowner, we don't want to take anything away from anyone. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want anyone to think that I'm not contributing. Some good friends have told me, be careful what you say, contribute, but I don't want to be policed. And I don't want to not have a real conversation. This isn't about hurting someone or saying bad shit about anyone. It's about having a real conversation behind the scenes. And we felt that the construction life would be a real sit-down conversation that we'd have in a bar, in a restaurant, at someone's house, or on the back porch or up north. And these are the conversations that I want to keep having.
We all live this life.
I don't want people to judge me or hate me or love me. I just want them to, like, if they're looking to be inspired, I'm hoping that I can do something to help them because I never had the luck or the help that I needed.
You're giving back.
Yeah.
That's all, man. We're all giving back.
And honestly, we're not making any money off this, guys.
No.
So when we talk about cash, I'm here right now, and I've taken away money from my business right now
to be here. Exactly. Our
but
already
I'm
busy
hoping
schedule.
that the homeowners that we have understand a little bit more about us and our business, or the homeowners that we're going to have will understand a little bit more about construction and us, and not be in a situation where they'll be misled or taken advantage of.
We are sharing stuff about this industry that a lot of people don't want to share. And if you're pissed off by it, I don't give a fuck. That's just your problem. We're looking to change the industry. That's just the bottom line. And in my opinion, and I think you guys might agree with me on this one, we are.
Another thing,
I believe so.
If we're going to be on a positive note, just don't hate anybody. If you don't like something,
You
turn
know
it
what?
off.
Don't
Turn
listen
it
to
off,
it.
yeah.
Don't listen to
it.
us. I
Well,
don't
here,
give a
guys,
shit.
let me say this. You know what?
Everyone should have their own opinion.
You don't need fame to start a podcast. Anybody can start a podcast. Go start a podcast.
Yeah,
if you
Mickey
think
Mouse.
If you think you guys can do it better,
There's room for 1,000
there's room
podcasts
for
about
a million
construction.
podcasts, right? So, hey, I love expressing my opinion, and you're right, Carlito. This needs to be real, and I'm glad
there's
it
room
is.
for better TV shows.
Well, Mike
Yeah.
was telling me if he was gonna have a TV show, it would be like.
Here we go.
No, honestly, do you remember this?
No, I thought you were
Mike
making fun of me
would want to
again.
build houses for hobbits.
My assumptions were correct.
Because he says he can fit in all those houses.
Oh my God, guys! Everybody, for the record, I'm 5'8". All right, not the shortest.
Hey, there's
Frodo-
nothing wrong with height, okay?
Frodo is 5'6", isn't he?
Who? Frodo. No, Tom
Frodo.
Cruise was 5'6".
No, Frodo. Frodo
I don't
from
know,
Hobbit.
man. No, he's like 5 feet, dude.
Sorry, I didn't mean to mess with your friends. Anyways.
Whatever.
All right, we got to take this. There we go. There's the cue. What an interesting talk. What an interesting talk. And I must say that we were, I feel pretty professional about this subject matter. And you know what? Doesn't matter. People are still going to be pissed off about it. Other people are going to say, you know what? Thank you for saying that. And we're going to move on to the next podcast.
Let's do it.
So I want to thank Carlito on the beats here.
Awesome.
I want to thank Mikey
Thank you.
for being so Mikey. And the next podcast, when we get to, this is number 10.
I can't believe that.
I
That's
can't
awesome.
believe
Double
we're
digits,
going to
baby.
get to number 10 because we had to split this one into 2 parts.
Awesome.
So we're finally going to talk to women in construction.
Yeah.
We are going
About
to
time.
open up that conversation and talk about the real shit that goes on with women in construction. And this ain't the sugarcoating fucking crap that you may think it is. This is the realistic stuff that's going on. So
Perfect.
You're excited about that one, Mikey?
I am actually. I am. I want to
We're
see
going
what
to
they
have some
to
guests
say.
there, and
Yeah.
they're obviously going to be women.
Yeah.
And they are going to be in construction.
Perfect.
And they
Perfect,
won't be
perfect.
from anybody that's on TV who thinks that they are in construction. So,
Real renovators.
thank you, Carlito, and we'll see everybody next week on the next podcast.
905, baby, from Brampton, Mississauga. But I'm from the T-Dot, baby. T-O.
Brampton, Mississauga.